Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
Bye-bye.
Yo, welcome, or if you're back again, welcome again. In today's video, I'll be talking about the legendary Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I swear this movie used to play randomly and it delivered every single time. In the amount of times I've watched this movie, I think I've lost count at this point, dog. But yeah, I rewatched it like a couple of days ago and something seems so off about this movie, and it's the CGI, gang. And I'm gonna bring this up a bunch of times, but bruh, let's be real, look at this. Like, I swear it was not this bad before. Shit had me rubbing my eyes thinking I was tweaking out, cause back then the movie literally looked like 4K 60 FPS quality. Also, while I was watching the movie, I was thinking, why do I like this movie? And don't get me wrong, this movie is in the top 10 classics for me, but the story is just kind of confusing, and it also kind of doesn't make sense. Also, they were doing my boy Max dirty for like most of the movie. So yeah, all of this I will be talking about in this video, so sit back, get a snack, and let's get right into the video. So the movie opens up with Max explaining the origins of Shark Boy, but not really Lava Girl. And Shark Boy's backstory is so cooked. This man Shark Boy loses his dad in a storm, and then a bunch of sharks end up becoming his parents. Like, they just instantly adopted him, and they can talk.
It's Shark Boy. Don't take a bite out of him, boys.
Like, imagine a shark saying this about you to the other sharks. I would be terrified. Also, can we talk about how Shark Boy is growing gills and sharp teeth? Like, since when does hanging around sharks give you that ability? This nigga is literally aquatic Tarzan. But yeah, after Shark Boy spent some time with the sharks, he ended up finding Max, and Max snuck him into his house. And Max had this nigga swimming in a bathtub filled with bathtub water. Like, bro, sharks literally can't even survive on fresh water. Or maybe he can because he's not full shark. At this point, I don't even know. But yeah, Lava Girl ended up pulling up on Shark Boy and Max, and she mainly pulled up to get Shark Boy so they can go to planet Drool, which is their home planet, and they both run off. But when they ran away, we come to find out that this was a whole story that Max was saying to his class. And as soon as he finished the story, Linus started hating on him instantly. I'm not gonna lie, Linus was so annoying in this movie. Like, my nigga, you're named after a Charlie Brown character. Relax, little bro. Also, his teacher, Mr. George Lopez himself, was hating as well. Like, what happened to letting little niggas dream big? Anyways, school ends and Max walks outside, and Linus and his gang are just waiting for him. Like, bro, if you don't do something else with your time and go home, like, leave my boy Max alone. He's just trying to go home and have a good day. But yeah, while they were making fun of him, Linus tries to steal Max's dream book and somehow failed at doing that, and he ended up hitting himself in the face. After that happened, Max just ended up running, but they ended up chasing him, catching up to him, getting him, and taking his dream book. It later cuts to Max trying to get some sleep, but he couldn't, so he decided to go downstairs. And when he went downstairs, it shows a cup that is melted with boiling milk in it and multiple cookies with big ass chomps in it. And not gonna lie, that cup does not look like it's plastic, gang. That shit is straight up glass. But yeah, Max already knew that it was Shark Boy and Lava Girl, mainly because you can see Shark Boy's literal bite marks on the cookie. Max then looks to the side, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl are just posted on this man's walls. Like, how did y'all even get in here? And low-key, this right here is a jump scare. And on top of that jump scare, Max's dad jump scares him as well. And then his dad and his mom basically told him to go back to sleep. But for some reason, this time when Max went to sleep, there was a whole bunch of weird stuff happening, like in his dreams. He wakes up and everything seemed normal, and he ended up going to school. But before he could even walk into his school, Linus and his gang pose up and start throwing paper balls at bro. Like, Max isn't even doing anything wrong, dog. What the actual hell? Later, class starts like normal, and Max stood on straight business and got his book back from Linus. But Linus ended up messing up his book completely, and that made Max crash. But then that made his teacher crash as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the teacher is just as much of a scumbag as Linus in this movie. Like, how are you gonna give him detention for him having a reaction to his property being damaged? But yeah, while all this commotion was happening, a giant storm started out of nowhere, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl pulled up into the classroom out of the storm. And they said that they needed Max's help, so Max left with them. And while they were leaving, Linus had this menacing look on his face, like, what are you up to? It then cuts to Shark Boy, Lava Girl, and Max getting in this shark ship. And I'ma just say it right here, this looks like a beginner Blender animation, dog. At least the inside of the ship kind of look a little better. But bro, when they landed on Planet Drool, what is that, bro? What is that? The animation is straight buns. Like, how did I not notice this before? But anyways, Shark Boy and Lava Girl ended up pulling up to a place where Mr. Electric had these kids on a roller coaster, and they couldn't get off of it because their dreams were literally powering everything. But Shark Boy and Lava Girl, being the goats that they are, ended up saving them. After that, they pulled up on Mr. Electric, and I have to talk about Mr. Electric's design. What is this build, my boy? His head is basically his torso and neck. Nigga is like 70% head, and then he has these short ass Lego man ass arms. Like, honestly, how is this nigga even a threat? Like, actually. Anyways though, Lava Girl starts to attack Mr. Electric, right? But she's doing 0 damage, and it doesn't make sense to me, cause Mr. Electric's face looks like it's made out of glass, and I swear she melted actual glass in the beginning of the movie. But you know what? This is Max's dream, so the power scaling wouldn't even make sense anyways. Shark Boy then attempts to attack Mr. Electric too, but that man got jumped. Like, look at this, they're playing electric tag with bro. Shark Boy, you low-key going out sad. This led to Mr. Electric defeating them and sending them to the passage of time. And while they were in the passage of time, they found out that the dream layer was being corrupted, and if it's completely messed up, Shark Boy and Lava Girl would not exist. While Lava Girl was explaining this to Max, they ended up falling in a dream graveyard. It then cuts to the new leader of Planet Drool talking to Mr. Electric and saying that Max's true ability is him daydreaming, which is the most powerful type of dream, but Max doesn't know that yet. And when he finds out, Mr. Electric, you're finished. You're done, my boy. But yeah, Max was in a dream graveyard, and he ended up finding one of his old dreams named Tobar. Max then talked to him, and Tobar told Max that if he wants to get good dreams, he has to go to the land of milk and cookies. And Max having good dreams is really important because that's the only way they're gonna defeat Mr. Electric. But Max didn't know how to get there, but Tobar said that the train of thought is the only way, and he ended up taking them to the train of thought. He also told Max that the only way to control this train is using your mind. Low-key, I can't lie, that is the worst type of instructions ever. At least go into detail, man. Cause when Max started driving this train, he had no idea what to do, and they all started screaming in complete terror. And shit, I would be too, bro. This train is literally floating in the air, and we don't know how to drive it. Like, what? Lava Girl then came up with the idea to just jump out, which is actually crazy, but somehow it worked, and they successfully ended up in the land of milk and cookies. Now, since that we are here at the land of milk and cookies, I have to talk about this. This shit look like PlayStation 2 video game graphics, gang. Like, look at the water. Or is this milk? Or is it water? I don't know, but bro, look at this. I have come to the conclusion that they had to have purposely made the movie look like this, and every time I see scenes like this, it just throws me off because I swear it never looked this bad. Like, what is happening? After Max and all of them got there, it switches to Mr. Electric looking for them. Like, look at his goofy ass, bro. I hate this character. And when this nigga sneezed, it made me even more mad. Like, why are you tweaking out like this? Just a complete goofball. Like, dog. After his little tweak out session, he ended up finding out that somebody was having a dream nearby, and it was Max. Shark Boy and Lava Girl wanted Max to sleep so he can start dreaming, which would help them and Planet Drool. So Shark Boy ended up singing the iconic dream song to him.
Dream, 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 dream.
And y'all don't understand, I used to sing this song every single day when I was younger. Like, it was literally just part of my daily routine. But back to what I was saying. Shark Boy started singing to him, And then he started having straight nightmares. I don't know if the song was just getting to him, I don't know what was happening, but he ended up waking up. And by the time he woke up, Mr. Electric already found him, and this man brought an army with him, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl started fighting them. But it was mainly Shark Boy because Lava Girl for some reason lost her powers. And I'm not gonna lie, he was whooping them at first, but this man ends up getting jumped again. Like, they're playing electric tag with you for a second time, dog. Max then tries to step in, but he got one tapped immediately, literally deep fried. Look at his face. After that, Max knew it was time to leave, so he daydreamed the boat and they ended up escaping. And I don't understand why he couldn't do this before. Like, my nigga? Later, they head to the ice castle because Max had a dream that had the necklace that the Ice Princess wore in it. And this necklace is supposed to freeze time, which will be beneficial for them fighting Mr. Electric. So they go to the land of ice, and there's a bridge that they're supposed to cross to get over to the Ice Princess. But it's made out of pure ice, and this made it difficult for Lava Girl to cross the bridge. But they found out the only way that she can cross it is if she sleepwalks. So she started doing that, but Mr. Electric pulled up again, and Max started screaming, which almost woke her up. So Shark Boy told him to stop screaming, but then Shark Boy starts screaming as well. Like, Shark Boy, come on dog, you're taking too many L's this movie. But yeah, all the screaming woke her up and she started running, but by the time she made it to Max and Shark Boy, Mr. Electric already got all of them. And this is where we find out that Linus is the actual new leader of the dream world, and his name is Minus. Like, your name is straight up Buns, my boy. Like, you deadass could have picked any name and you chose Minus. We also find out that the reason why he's even a leader in the first place is because he changed Max's book so much to the point where it messed up his dreams. Like, this nigga thinks he's a super villain if you don't sit your dumb ass down, bro. But yeah, after his little speech to Max, he ends up locking him away in a cage with Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But Shark Boy ended up freeing him by biting through the cage. Big chomper ass nigga. Later, Max and everybody ended up sneaking up on Linus and taking his dream book back. And while he was going through his dream book, Lava Girl wanted to know her story, like her origins and like her backstory and everything. But Max was saying that he didn't really see anything. So she ended up grabbing the book because she wanted to see for herself. But she ended up burning the book, and she actually crashed after that. And honestly, you can't even blame her. This man Max only gave Shark Boy a backstory and not her, and she doesn't even know what she actually is. All she knows is that she's lava and she destroys things. But Max ended up talking to her, and somehow he ended up calming her down. I don't know how. After that, they all decide to go to the Ice Princess. And when they got there, Lava Girl got instantly frozen. Like, low-key, can Lava Girl catch a break? Like, she was just mad about not knowing her origins, and now she's frozen. But yeah, they ended up getting the necklace from the princess, and they all ended up going to the dream layer. And if they froze it, it would basically defeat Linus and Mr. Electric. But when they tried to use the stone on the necklace, it didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work is because the princess has to be using it. So there was no reason for them to even go over there and get it. And while all the commotion was happening, Mr. Electric pulled up and ended up attacking Shark Boy, and he ended up falling in some water. But Lava Girl ended up sacrificing herself just to save him. Like, dog, you actually have to think about this. She was just mad she didn't know her origins, she gets frozen, and then she has to sacrifice herself by jumping into water to save Shark Boy? Like, deadass, why are they doing her like this? Tobar ends up pulling up on Max and giving him advice, telling him to dream better dreams, which ended up reviving Shark Boy. And Shark Boy ended up taking Lava Girl to a volcano for her to heal. And while he was taking her there, I didn't realize this nigga had actual wheels. Like, when did this man even get this power? Later, Max ended up finding Minus and having like a 1v1 with him. And they started fighting with dream abilities. And Max ended up beating him by just talking to him at the end of the fight. Like, there's actually no way that this even worked. Max and Linus ended up meeting up with Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and he found out that Lava Girl was healed. And for the first time in a little bit, everything actually seemed fine. But Mr. Electric pulled up again, and he wanted full control of everything, like the dream world, Planet Drool, everything. So he went to Earth to take over everything. But Lava Girl ended up telling Max to blink 3 times, and he was gonna wake up on Earth. And he did that, and he did wake up on Earth. And Mr. Electric was actually there. And this kind of brought a smile smile to my face, not because Mr. Electric is there, but because people can finally stop doubting Max. Like, I was tired of the disrespect this man was getting at the start of this movie. He did not deserve any of that. But yeah, Mr. Electric was causing pure havoc on Earth, like tornadoes and everything. But Max came up with the idea to give the Ice Princess's necklace to his teacher's daughter, because technically she's the same person as the Ice Princess, and she ended up defeating him. And after all of that, the next class, Max had another story that he was presenting to the class, which basically said that Shark Boy and Lava Girl are both doing good, and it was basically a happy ending. And nobody was even making fun of my boy Max no more, not even Linus, and he was Max's #1 hater this entire movie. And honestly, I love when movies end like this. It's just good and wholesome. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Tell me how this movie made y'all feel. Like, it kind of has like a weird vibe to it for me, but I actually still like it. Only thing that throws me off is literally the CGI, but like, at the end of the day, who cares for real? And yeah, if you have any suggestions for like shows or movies, let me know in the community post or the comments. And yeah, see you guys.